right, man. Let's talk about Jarrell Miller, Andy Ruiz. A lot of y'all seen the decision that went down. Jarrell Miller, I felt the guy robbed. They ran with Andy Ruiz, winning the first four. I just feel like Jarrell Miller dominated that fight. But that's what happened when you can't punch correctly. That's what happened when you go to Southern California. Um, that's exactly what happens. Um, so, at the end of the day, when you're in Southern California and the fans booing Andy Ruiz and they cheering Jarrell Miller, that lets you know everything you need to know about what happened in that fight. So, Jarrell Miller just can't punch. I think, he prefers to throw volume over he prefers to throw volume over he prefers to throw volume over the quality of the punch. So he don't really punch through the target. He punch at the target. He just throw for volume. And sometimes that hurt him. You know, sometimes that hurts. So when you don't turn them punches over the right way and punch and turn them over and you ain't punching through the target, it don't seem like you impactful. So Andy Ruiz early on, he was throwing the sharper punches. His punches was zipping. His punches was zipping. And, for the most part, being out the ring for a couple of years for Andy Ruiz, we knew that was going to be a problem. And, he got the benefit of hometown cooking. That's just what it was. So, it's so funny, Israel Madrimov, his team was talking about fair judging. As a non-Mexican fighter, when you go to Southern California, if you fight a Mexican fighter, you know what the business is. You know what it is. So Andy, Jarrell Miller, as a heavyweight, bro, he may weigh in on some guys, weigh down on them, throw his weight on them and all that stuff. But to be honest, bro, he got to find a way to punch better. But at this part of his career, that's probably not gonna happen. It's probably too late. It's probably way too late to get him to punch through the target. But at 300 pounds, he got great conditioning. I'm surprised he didn't play football. Honestly, I'm surprised that he ain't get down and play football, bro. With that conditioning and that athleticism, but and maybe he too big to get the zip on his punches like he want. But you see a guy like Bacoli, he just naturally heavy-handed. He just naturally heavy. Bacoli wasn't really trying to throw hard shots. he just got the gift of punching. But I do think with Jarrell Miller that, I do think there's some things technically he can clean up, but it's probably too late. It's probably too late. He 34, 35, somewhere in there. It's probably too late to clean that up at this point. So it is what it is. So it's probably too late to clean that side of the game up. So, but at some point he gonna have to figure it out. He came up short. You needed it. You needed it going into this fight. You couldn't leave no turn unstone, no stone unturned. You needed it. And when he need to step it up and really try to get a tired Andy Ruiz out in front of him, he didn't do it. He had a tired opponent ready to be taken out in front of him, and he didn't do what needed to be done to get him out of there. Didn't jab enough. Didn't try to punch through the target and get him out of there. So ultimately, that was on him. You know where you at. It's a good chance that you ain't gonna get a decision. You know that. We all know that. So he didn't do what needs to be done to step up. You had an opponent that was mouth was open. He said he hurt his hand, been out the ring for 2 years, and you couldn't get him out of there. I mean, what else more to be said? What more else needs to be said? Seriously. He had an opponent that he could not get out of there. And that was his fault. You know, ultimately that was his fault. So Andy Ruiz looked good early on in the first 4 rounds. He said he hurt his hand, but a lot of it had to do with conditioning, and we know it had to do with conditioning. Um, so um, he said he would like to do it again, but every time Andy Ruiz about to make a comeback or now fight, he injured. He injured. So that should let you know something. Every time he about to do a fight, you know, he get injured. So, um, but ultimately, Andy in the rematch probably gonna look a lot better. If I had to bet my pretty penny on it, he gonna look a lot better. Andy in the rematch, it's gonna be a different Andy. Sharper. It depends. If his hand keep him out the ring, yeah, it's gonna be a different Andy. It's gonna be a different Andy. If not, if he stay out the ring a long time, same thing. Maybe he need to retire. To be honest, maybe he need to retire. If you can't stay healthy, you can't stay healthy. So, but like I continue to say, uh, but these dudes, they didn't got inactive. They didn't got lazy with the money. I know he had the bitter baby mama situation. It was so funny. He leveled up. Got the money with AJ twice. I felt that he, took a bag to dive the second fight, or maybe he just let the dough go to his head. What did Jay-Z say? He said my mind was fine until the dough did it. Told I blame what he say. Blamed it or something on the Mo doing or the Mo did it. But yeah, whatever, however it went. But yeah, man, like I continue to say about the situation, women do it all the time. Women sacrifice their kids, sacrifice their family, sacrifice who they build a relationship, and they go to the highest. They go to the highest winner, the highest bidder. The majority of women like that. It's called hypergamy. If they can, they would. So when a dude do it, it's frowned upon. I mean, that's just what it is. We meant to be. And they're not gonna say it. We meant to be the loyal people. You know. You know. You know. We meant to be the loyal people. So when we stop sacrificing and being loyal, it's frowned upon. It's frowned upon. So I gotta continue to tell y'all, you gotta do what's best for you because women do what's best for them. So but nonetheless, he gotta be active. He gotta be active. He gotta stay active. But he lost his fight tonight. But Jarrell Miller also lost his fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's call it what it is. Come on. So he did. He ain't take it. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. I'm surfing the internet while I'm talking to y'all. Y'all know I do that. So they booed Devin Haney in Southern California. Well, that is Ryan Garcia territory. So Devin Haney came to the fight, and apparently he got booed. I mean, I don't know if they playing music, so I don't want to mess the video up. I mean, it is what it is, man. I tell y'all this, man. Life is hard being a black man. Life is hard, dude. Life is hard, and nobody could relate unless you are a black man. You know, so life is hard. We play with life on super duper Hall of Fame mode. And most of us don't even know it, bro. We think it's normal and shit. We think this shit is normal. How we get treated by our community, by women, we think this shit is normal. So you know, even when you get some money, shit, life is still hard. Money ain't gonna solve all your problems. They say more money, more problems come when you get the dough. But long story short, Jarrell Miller, he let this fight slip away. Um, and that's just what it is. He let this fight slip away. He's supposed to step it up, and his inability to throw punches that's gonna cause damage. That's the problem. So, nonetheless, man, appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Spotify, the whole nine. Peace.